Today we're going to talk about why and how decluttering can speed up over time. This is such good news because frequently when people start decluttering, right, they may be like, okay, this is working. This is working out pretty well. But yet, like at this pace that I'm going, it's going to take me, 47 years. And I don't think I have 47 years left on this earth. So, what do I do? So that's what we're going to talk about today. How and why decluttering speeds up over time. So fun, right? All right, if you're joining me on the replay, drop a hashtag replay in the comments. And if you are here live, hello, how are you? So good to see you. Um, Say winning in the comments. Let me know that you are winning because I want to know. All right, I want to know. It is February. How did that happen? I don't know. And we are on fire here at the Decluttering Club. We are on fire. We have been having some amazing, amazing programs going on. If you are in our 28-day reboot, I see you. You all are fantastic. Keep up the good work. If you are in our membership, we love you. Oh my gosh, so, so wonderful. And if you are not in our membership, if you are not in any of our groups, I put the link for the waitlist above this video so you can go ahead and join the waitlist and we will let you know. We're going to be opening to new members in a couple weeks and we have a very exciting webinar plan for you. We're going to be hearing from some members who have had success, but more importantly, we're going to be talking about how decluttering saves money and lots of it, lots and lots of money. But that's not today's topic, okay? So let's focus in on today's topic. So again, drop a winning, say winning in the comments if you are winning, and let me know that you're here. And I'm going to say hi to some of you all. Marianne says winning. Oh my gosh, that's so fun. Hi Holly. Hi Penny. Winning in Illinois. Tina is winning. Diana is winning. Fantastic. So fun, isn't it? Oh my gosh, it gets to be like addictive, right? It really does. So we had a coaching call yesterday in one of my programs, and I spoke to a woman and she said, this is going pretty well. Like, I'm excited. It's going well. She had a lot of stuff to work through. She's like, okay, sounds good. But she said, she's been doing 25-minute sessions, right? So she set the timer and she'll work on a space for 25 minutes. And then when she's done, the timer rings, she moves on to something different. And she said, that's pretty good, right? I like it. It's working out well. That's like the sweet spot for her. But she said, if I look around my house and I imagine all of the different places that are going to need a 25-minute session, like this drawer might need 2 or 3 25-minute sessions. The spices are going to need a couple, and if you add it up, you're going to run out of like time on this earth before you are finished, right? And so what are you supposed to do about that? Like, how does that work? Because I don't want to be decluttering. I don't want. I would like to finish someday, and I just don't want to be doing this for the rest of my life. Especially if you're not, like if you have a lot to go through. So this is what I told her, right? I said, at the beginning, it's like learning to ride a bike, right? It's like learning to ride a bike. So at the beginning, when you're starting to ride a bike, you need your training wheels. It takes a lot of effort. It takes a lot of energy. It's wobbly. um, you can't do it for very long, right? If you're teaching a kid to ride a bike, you're good for like maybe 10 minutes, maybe 20, maybe half an hour, but you're not going to do it all day. And it takes a lot of effort to get going and to move on. And, like your brain is tired at the end of it, your body is tired, and you're like, okay, we're done for the day, right? Now, if you know how to ride a bike and you've been riding a bike for a little while, then it's probably not a big deal. And you could probably get on that bike without a whole lot of thought process. You could probably ride a couple miles, right? No big deal. And you could actually enjoy it. When you were learning to ride a bike, not so much fun. There's not a lot of fun happening at the beginning. But when you are a skilled bike rider, now you can ride your bike and you can actually look around. You could have a conversation with someone. And it becomes more enjoyable and so much easier, right? And this is what happens when you declutter, when you learn to declutter, okay? You start out with the baby steps. You have to do things, one step at a time. You have to intentionally go through, okay, what am I doing now? What's the step one? What's step two? What's step three? Right? It takes a lot of work and you have to think about each step. Um, but over time, it becomes easier, it becomes more automatic, and before you know it, you're kind of doing it without even thinking about it. And we call this passive decluttering, right? So passive decluttering is when you declutter without even realizing it. You didn't set aside any time. You didn't have anything in mind. You just notice, oh, like look at that drawer. I got a minute here, real quick. The coffee is brewing. I got like a minute. I got 90 seconds. The microwave is going. I'm just gonna sort through this drawer, and boom, the drawer looks better, and you didn't spend any time on it. Right? That's what we call passive decluttering. So that is what happens when you are spending time learning this skill, right? And you're working on this, and you're showing up day after day after day. It becomes faster and easier, right? And so what used to take 25 minutes, maybe it takes 15 minutes. Maybe it takes 5 minutes. Maybe it takes no minutes, right? And it will change over time. So it's not, it's not like, let me show you, I'm gonna draw a picture. Can you draw a picture? Let's draw a picture. It is not like this, right? This is this is what happens when it is the same, right? You do not speed up. You start, you stop, you start, you stop again, right? And that's what happens a lot with people who try it out for a little while. They go get a checklist off of Pinterest, right? Have you ever done that? You'll get a checklist, and you're like, okay, right? And you get the checklist, and you do the work, and maybe it works, maybe it doesn't, maybe you end up more overwhelmed. But at the end, you're like, okay, wow, that was a lot, right? And then you stop and you walk away, and you don't do anything for another week, and then you go, okay, I really need to get back to this. And then you read another checklist, and then you do it, and it's like a lot of work. So you're never speeding up, right? Your speed is constant. However, when you are decluttering with us, right, when you're decluttering in one of my groups, then your speed looks more like this, right? So, like this. So it starts out, right? It takes a little while to pick up speed, but then, whoa, look at that. All of a sudden, you're speeding up and up and up. And then you get to the point where you are like, it's like this. it's it's infinite. Your speed is through the roof because you're not thinking about it, or because it doesn't require very much effort at all from you, right? And that is the benefit. Now, there's a couple other things that are going on as well, right? So when you let's say you haven't put any focus on decluttering, you have things coming into the house, right? There's inflow into your house. It's the mail, it's the shopping, it's the groceries, it's the relatives bringing you things and saying, "Oh, I thought you might like this." Right? It's Christmas, it's birthdays, right? Things coming in, right? And then there's things that are going out, right? And if you have more coming in than's going out, now things pile up, right? That makes sense, right? It's a net inflow. It's like the trade deficit, right? If you are buying more from China than you are sending to China, now you have a deficit, right? More things coming in than going out, and so that means that things are piling up, right? And that's the status quo. That is the way most people live their lives. More things are coming in the door than are going out. It's easier to bring things in the house than it is to get rid of them and let them go for most people, right? So that's kind of the default. Now, when you start decluttering, when you join our membership or you do our OLAB challenge or something like that, now you may think twice before you bring a lot of stuff in the house. You may go shopping. I know we had someone, again, on our call yesterday. She said, I put something in my shopping cart, Amazon, I think Amazon shopping cart, put it in the shopping cart, and I waited, and I almost hit buy 3 times, but I stopped myself each time, and I didn't buy that thing. There you go. She's thinking, right? She's being more intentional about what comes in, right? So at the beginning, it is an effort to do that, right? You have to think about it. But over time, instead of having to think about it and say, do I really want this? Yes, I really do want this thing. I know if you all go like thrift store shopping, or you go to the craft fair, you're like, yes, I really do want this. And it takes a lot of effort to say no because you've said yes in the past. So you have to work hard to say no and to reduce what's coming in to your house. But over time, you will notice, huh, I'm actually feeling satisfied with the things that I already have. And yes, I like that thing that looks amazing. That thing in the Amazon cart or, in the Target aisle looks amazing. Love it. But, I don't think I need it. And so when this happens, it is an amazing thing. And it's not something that you can work for. Like, we don't work on this on purpose for the most part. We don't focus on it. Um, it's too hard to focus on, right? And we don't need to. This is a natural byproduct of what happens when you're doing this work, when you're doing the decluttering, when you're thinking about it, when you're having these conversations. It will be a natural byproduct for you, which is nice, right? Because you don't have to work on it. And one day you'll just notice, look at that. I can't believe it. I said no to that thing, or, I let that thing go and I didn't even have to struggle, right? Because if you are in the place right now where you're used to, bringing all the things in the house, it is a struggle to say no. And it's a struggle to let something go. But over time, it becomes easier, which is also this curve again, right? Really hard at the beginning, a lot of work, but then after a while, whoop, we speed up. And now all of a sudden, oh my goodness, things are changing. Things are happening. I'm changing as a person. And this is what happens for people in our community. And it is such a beautiful thing. And it's so fun because when they notice this, they just spontaneously share, I can't believe what happened. I just did this, and in the past I wouldn't have, but it just happened. It felt so natural, right? So that's also a thing that happens. That's why decluttering can speed up. And then the third reason that decluttering can speed up is that you have all these habits and these routines, right? And your routines will serve you to help you declutter as you go passively, right? But without having to think about it. And so those routines are really, really powerful. They are tools for you. That's like having a fairy godmother, right? When you have your Kitchen Zero dialed in, right? And Kitchen Zero is one of the things we talk about in our membership. When you do Kitchen Zero, it's almost like the fairy godmother came and cleaned your kitchen. And she did it every single night. And you wake up in the morning and you're like, thank you very much. This is amazing. Here we are again. The kitchen is clean. And it's so much fun. So building those routines in and developing them and and getting into those habits over time is unbelievably powerful. Okay. So if you are not there yet, right? If you're at the bottom, if you are, make a, if you're at the beginning, right? Right there. Oops, right there. And you do not feel like you have sped up yet, just realize that you just need to keep going. You just need to keep doing the work and keep showing up over time because you are moving along this curve and you just can't see it at the beginning. And over time, you'll move farther and farther and you'll go faster and faster and faster and things will start to add up over time. Okay, so it is not linear, right? As long as you're doing it in the context of a community with support and with a plan, right? You need that. That's the caveat. But as long as you have that in place, it's not linear. It's not going to be the same at the beginning as it is 1 month in, 2 months in, 1 year in. You're going to be a different person, and it is going to be a million times easier. All right. So that's what I want to share with you. If you're thinking it's going okay now, but I have no idea how we're going to get to the point where, life is actually manageable. You will get there, and it does happen. It just takes a little time, and you will speed up over time. All right, so that is what I want to share with you today. I'm going to hop down and see what kind of comments we have. Do you all have questions about this? Let me know if you have questions. Is this happening for you? Are you noticing this? Are you not there yet? Let us know how that's going for you. And I'm going to catch up with all of your comments because I haven't been reading them. Let's see. Monique says it makes you feel good when you see progress. Absolutely. Absolutely. Elizabeth says, do you have something similar at home? Ask yourself. Absolutely. Passive decluttering gives me great endorphins. Ooh, love that one, Marianne. That's so fun. Yes. Peggy says, hi from Ohio, not winning. I'm sorry, Peggy. I'm sorry. Make sure you get on the wait list for our membership, okay? If you aren't yet in the membership, make sure you get on the wait list because we're going to be talking about money in a couple weeks and how you can save some serious cash by decluttering, right? I'm not talking about selling stuff. That's a good thing, but I'm not talking about that. We'll be talking about that. Okay. So many of you are winning. That's so fun. That's so fun. Hey there, Julie. Don says you can rent things for free from the library. Yes, love that. Oh, I'm a big fan of the library. Absolutely. That's a good one. Hey, Kate, thank you so much for those stars. Super fun. All right, Terry says, I can't seem to get motivated. Okay, love it, Terry. Thank you for that. That is a very common struggle. If you can't seem to get motivated, I want you to stop waiting to get motivated. Okay, frequently you have to move before you feel motivated. So, what could you do even without being motivated? What could you do? What would you be willing to do? Sometimes it's as easy as washing the dishes, right? Sometimes it's that simple. Can you wash the dishes even when you don't feel like it? Well, maybe you're like, I really don't want to. Okay, I hear you. I hear you. But would you be willing to try it, right? Once you get moving, then the motivation frequently shows up, right? And the other thing is you really need community, right? So these videos that we do, hopefully they are super helpful and super useful for you, but you're missing the element of community, right? And that is what we have inside of our groups, right? That is why the people inside of our groups are doing so fabulously and they're getting so much done. Even when they didn't think it was possible, right? Or they've tried a bunch of other programs. This is what I heard a lot on my call yesterday was that I have tried so many different programs and none of them worked until yours, right? Because we do things differently. We're not like other people. My kids are like, Mom, why can't you be normal? I hear this a lot from my kids. I'm like, sorry, I'm not. You got lucky. You won the jackpot. We are not like other people in my house and in my membership. We do things differently because you know what? The regular way does not work, at least not for my people. So make sure you get in and get yourself some community because that will help when you are lacking in the motivation. That is a real thing for sure. All right, let's see. Stars Party Challenge started. What is the Stars Party? I don't know what that is, but okay. Vendetta says I took a load to the animal to hospice and animal shelter. Amazing, amazing. There's Charlene. Hi, Charlene. My home is cluttered, but I don't like dirty dishes. There you go. There you go. That's perfect. Charlene says, I missed the beginning. Can I watch this all later? Absolutely. Yes. These videos are all recorded on our Facebook page, and I will also drop the link. We have I think about at least 30 or maybe 40 of these videos. We are live here. I'm live every Thursday at 2 p.m. Eastern here on the Decluttering Club page. So you can always find me here. All right. Um, okay, so that's what I have for you. Decluttering will speed up over time if you do it my way. I'm not going to be shy about this because this this is very effective and very productive, and I know a lot of people have struggled. They go buy a book, they go join a course, they click on a Facebook ad that says declutter your home in a weekend. Yeah, okay, try that out, and then come to me when that doesn't work because I don't think anyways, y'all know how I feel about that, right? But that's what I have for you today. Decluttering will speed up over time as long as you keep showing up and keep doing the work. It's not about being perfect, right? It's about showing up over and over and over again. And if you're willing to do that, then you can have this dream and your life will feel different in the future. I promise you. It will be a whole different place. All right, everyone. Thank you for being here. I will talk to you soon. Catch you later, everyone.